Hi everyone, Mrs. Longera here to share some resources that I swear by. The first being classroom must haves. When I first started, there was a laminator inside the staff lounge at the school, which I found to be not super easy to use and didn't love the laminating. So I bought my own personal laminator. I bought the Amazon Basics. Right now it's $33. I chose the Amazon over the other brand Scotch, which is the same price, because I figured if something went wrong, it was easier to get a replacement. I also buy the Amazon Basics sheets, the lamination sheets, so I can just put my 8x10s in it, laminate it, and I'm ready to go. The other thing that I purchased right away was a new stapler because the one I got just would not staple the pages of the IEPs. This one here staples up to 40 pages and it's handheld, so it's super duper easy to use. The ways that I've used them is first, I made a mindset bulletin. There's an example here. I do content bulletins and then inspiration posters, which I have posted up in my classroom. Another thing that's a must have is food. Kids are always hungry, and these are the things that I have found that they really enjoy, which is granola bars, Cheez Its, and candy. The candy I use for any activities that we play, any competitions that we do, they win a little mini candy bar. The next thing that I always have in my room is Uno cards. On those days where we just want a chill day, we will play Uno. I purchase 2 packs, 3 packs, depending on how many kids I have in the room. Another thing is lotion. Kids are always asking me if I have lotion. So it's great to have that on hand. Another thing I always have is gum. The last thing I want to be doing is talking with kids with bad breath. And actually, the other day, a student told me she appreciated that I had fresh breath. And a lot of teachers that work with her end up having bad breath and she can't stand it. So, definitely gum. Um, Another thing is how to make worksheets fun. I've been in many classrooms where kids are just handed a worksheet, they do it, they turn it in, and game over. So, a game that I came up with is the Stinky Note game. Basically, all you do, you give a worksheet, you put them in groups. I base my groups on, a low level, middle level, high level student so that they can all work together. After they're both done with the problem, both or how many of our groups you have, when they're all done, if they get the answer correct, they pull a little sticky note off the board that has values on the back, pluses and minuses and takeaways. And then you can see here on the board, I keep a running tally of those totals. It is called Stinky Note Game because it kind of stinks when you keep pulling the negative numbers. The kids absolutely love this activity. The second one that I use is the unfair game. Again, I give them a worksheet. This is done independently, not as a group. Um, the next slide is going to give you the explanation, but it does involve using the wheel of names and a worksheet that you have provided. So the directions for this one, you come up with 4 to 5 mystery prizes, with at least one being something silly like a potato. The kids love it. They end up decorating the potatoes if that's what they want. So you give them a worksheet on whatever concept you're working on. This can be used in anything that you're doing in your class. They complete a question, and then when all students have finished, you spin that wheel of names. If the name that it lands on will provide their answer. If they're correct, they get to come up and put their name next to a prize. I make all mine mystery prizes just to have a little mystery in what they receive. So once all the prizes have been claimed, they'll come up, the kids write their names on it, but you keep going. And if someone else gets called and all the prizes are taken, they get to erase a name, which is why it is super unfair. On the wheel of names, I do not remove it, I keep going. And so you could be calling on the same person 3 to 4 times during this activity. And the game is over once all the questions have been answered, completed, that worksheet is completed, and those kids get their mystery prizes. If you're in secondary, I change up the numbers on the prizes so that they don't go telling their friends, pick mystery number 1 or pick mystery number 2. So technology in the classroom. One of my students' favorites is Blooket. We play Gold Quest a lot. And again, you could do this for any concept. They answer questions and then they steal gold from other players. As you can see here, there is other games that you can play. Some require a lot more thinking, which is why I think my students prefer Gold Quest. One of my favorites is multiplication facts. I do that a lot as just a way to reinforce that skill. And I will also play so that I can try and beat them, which is super fun. Another technology that I use in my classroom every once in a while, have some fun, is Pictionary. So you can see here on the right, this picture. These are all free resources on Teachers Pay Teachers, which is what I use. I just cut them up, put them in a cup, put kids into teams. They come up, they draw, try and guess. You can see here one of my students is trying to tell the kids that he drew a bow tie. Another technology that I use in my classroom, this is something I've used this year that I just discovered, is Microsoft Edge. So I have a Google Drive that I put all the practice stuff that we do, our guided practice, and any notes that we're taking so that I can write on the board as they follow along. And this has been a lifesaver for showing kids how to do the work, taking notes, and all that kind of stuff. Another technology that I use is called Make a Million. This is one of those activities that the kids don't realize that they're using their thinking skills, but they really are. Um, I have these dice over here on the right. All I did was Google 9-sided dice, and it's right on Google. The way this game is played is as we roll the dice, you can see I've rolled a 1, a 5, and a 7. You put them anywhere you want on the board. The goal is to come as close to a million as possible. Again, going back, I have candy in my room, so when we do decide to play this game, every winner gets a little mini candy bar. I get asked to play this probably once a week. We don't play it once a week, we'll play it every few weeks. But this is also a huge favorite in my classroom. Another way that I use technology in my classroom every day is my daily agenda. As you can see here, May 4th, that was today. I put in the agenda and the materials that they need on a daily basis. So every day they come in and they see this, they know what we're doing, and they know what materials they need. I also have the flag on here because in one of my classes we say the Pledge of Allegiance, and so there it is. And that is the end of my resources video. If you click on the video links, you will find a Google Doc that has links to everything in this video. Hope you find some good resources.